PPQ 22.
Jam?
22s, yep. Or something. Failed the reset, failed the power. It's bucket of 22s, so.
Yeah.
And it's a strip spanking new gun.
Did it feel like a 22? Or did it feel like a PPQ?
And a 22.
And a 22. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Boy, they go quick.
Yep.
Hi, this is Misha, and you just saw us putting the first rounds through this gun here. This is a Walther PPQ M2 22. Comes as you see it here in a typical Walther case. You get the pistol itself. This is dirty from literally just having shot it 30 minutes ago. This is essentially a PPQ M2, but chambered for 22 rimfire rather than 9mm centerfire or 40 cal. You get one 12-round mag, so slightly high capacity, but it's still a single stack, which is common for rimfire. You also get a bag of tools, including a wrench, cable lock, and several manuals and cards and other crud. The PPQ 22 is a lot like the full-size gun. It's the same dimensions. It's a little bit lighter. The bottom is polymer, top is metal frame. Rear sight is metal. These are simple sights. They're not dots, they're just sights. It looks like, I'm not sure if these are interchangeable. It looks like standard PPQ P99 sights will fit. I'm not sure though, guys. We have a Picatinny rail with 3 slots under the barrel. We have both front and rear slide serrations. We have a bolt hold open with the extended PPQ slide release. We have the squared off PPQ trigger guard, and we have the reversible M2 Browning style mag catch. We have the PPQ grip, although I don't believe the back strap, it looks like it would be, but it's not. The back strap does not come off, but it is the medium size and quite a comfortable grip with that nice kind of not too much or not too little checkering. And of course the trigger itself. Like the PPQ, we have the safety Glock style, so that's for safety. And the trigger is surprisingly decent, although probably not quite as nice as Walther makes it out to be. Now keep in mind this is a brand new gun, so it might break in a little better, but for a 22, still not bad. You have that. Quite a nice short reset, but it doesn't feel quite as short as on the standard PPQ. It's close though, but it feels like the Walther says on their site that it's still 1/10 of an inch. But it doesn't quite feel like it. One thing it could be too, the spring behind the trigger to push it forward isn't quite as strong on this as on the standard gun, so that could be as well. The trigger pull itself, the actual pull weight is actually quite decent for a polymer 22. I'd say this one's about 6 pounds, 6.5 maybe. It's got a little grit in it from my shooting today. You know how dirty 22 can be. But very similar gun. Takedown is handled much the same. You have the same catch here. Now, unlike on the PPQ standard, this is not spring-loaded, so it falls down and stays down, which is pretty nice, actually, for disassembly. Pulling it back, we have some internal differences and some similarities to the standard. We have a fixed barrel, which is not surprising for being a 22. This is threaded as well. You see the wrench flats here. That's what that wrench in the accessory bag. Where did I lay it, guys? There we go. The wrench in this bag is for, so they give you the wrench. This unscrews and you have a thread pattern, and Walther sells various adapters to use different threads, so you can put a suppressor on this. Now, instead of being a actual striker gun, this has a concealed hammer right here. See it? So, although it looks like the striker-fired PPQ, we actually have a hammer, so it's more like on the PPX or Creed. But it's a 22. The slide is metal here, as you see. Pretty standard. We have a recoil spring with a metal guide rod, which is actually kind of nice. It's not polymer for the spring here, so the guide rod stays in the frame, but your spring comes out with your slide. I do think it's nice that they made it out of metal and not plastic. This gun has a good feel to it. It does not feel cheap. Sorry guys, I never have really done this before, so bear with me. It has a good solid feel to it. There we go. Snap it back in. See? Again, bolt hold open. Very easy to actuate, also very easy to move the slide. So yeah, this is the PPQ M2. We had good success, and we're using pretty much the cheap 22 LR out of a big bucket. And we only had a couple of small failures that most likely were attributed to the ammo itself, just not quite feeding properly because of the bullets being a little misshapen. But all in all, it fired very well. Jay doesn't think it has quite the nice trigger of a PPQ. I tend to agree, but I would say that it has a very comfortable grip. It's a good size. Of course, no felt recoil because it is a full-size 22. And it still has a better than average trigger for a 22. Plus you get the threaded barrel. And a lot of metal components. The magazines remind me of the CCP mags, the way they're made. They have this cutout or press out here for the ambidextrous. And we have a loading aid here, which is pretty common on 22 mags. And it is a metal magazine with a polymer floor plate, full size. So it kind of reminds me of a shrunk down or slimmed up CCP mag. This gun is made in Germany. It has the DE proof markings, and it has the antler date code on it. I believe this one is 2013 or 14. So it is a German-made gun, not US. These are imported into America by Walther-USA, which is just down the road in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And for what they cost, which is about $300 to $325, brand new, it's a neat little 22, I think. Then again, I'm known for being a fan of Walthers because their guns have always fit me very well. Their ergonomics have always been spot on. It seems like they've always been made above average to very well, and they've always been very reliable. Plus they do ship it with a nice case, nothing crazy, but yeah. I do wish they would ship it with more than one mag, but you know, for what you pay, at least you do get one high capacity 12 round. So yeah, that was just our little look and review. We would say for an inexpensive 22, especially if you like good ergonomics, this would fit the bill. I think it would be nice for any size shooter because of no felt recoil and pleasant trigger and decent sights. And obviously it would be good if you already own a PPQ in 9 or 40 or even 45. They've added 45 to the list in recent years just to have a little trainer because it has a very similar manual of arms. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you liked the video, please click. If you haven't already subscribed, please click that. We really appreciate each and every sub we get. And we have plenty of other Walther videos and plenty of other videos besides that. So if you haven't checked those out, we'd like it if you do that too. This is Misha, and we'll catch you next time.